Alright, last night I was bored, so I decided to watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I came across arguably one of the worst written scenes in any Marvel movie that I've ever watched. You've definitely seen it on TikTok or Instagram Reels. The scene I'm talking about is when this superhero team from a different universe tried to take on Wanda. It didn't go well. Let me give you the rundown. Wanda, who's apparently free and faced zero repercussions for enslaving an entire town, is still butthurt that her fake kids, I repeat, fake kids, these kids were not real. She's still sad that they quote unquote died, so she decides to try and hunt down and kill this girl, America Chavez. Chavez doesn't know how to control it, but she has the ability to travel the multiverse. And so Wanda wants that power so that she can find a universe where she's the mother of two kids. And her plan is to pack up the Wanda of those two kids and replace her as the mother. No, I'm not making this up, this is actually her plan. You might be thinking, why doesn't she just help Chavez control her powers to help her find a universe where she has two kids without a mother, so that she can just slide in and be the mother to those two kids? I don't know. Or she could just have kids the normal way, like everyone else does. I'd volunteer as tribute, I'll take one for the team. Also, why is she still tripping over her fake kids when she got over it at the end of WandaVision? I don't know. This whole movie, I couldn't help but think about how much of a dumbass Wanda is. Her reasoning makes literally zero sense.
I'm not a monster, Steven. I'm a mother.
Yeah, whatever you say. One thing leads to another. Chavez and Strange get stranded in another universe, and our Wanda takes control of the Wanda of that universe to try and find Chavez. But luckily, this universe has a superhero team known as the Illuminati, which consists of Mordo, this universe's Sorcerer Supreme, an off-brand female Captain America known as Captain Carter, Black Bolt, who can vaporize someone with just a whisper. Off topic, but I was curious, what if he sneezes or coughs? Is everyone just cooked, or does he somehow not do that? Anyways, they also have Captain Marvel, the smartest man alive, Reed Richards,
And the smartest man alive, Reed Richards.
and Charles Xavier. Pretty insanely stacked lineup. Let's see how they do when Wanda pulls up to take out Chavez. Now off rip, they f***ed up. They know that they can't beat her straight up, and they want to keep her alive because technically, this Wanda is innocent as she's being controlled by Scarlet Witch in the main universe. So maybe they should have tried to catch her by surprise and subdue her. Wanda is powerful, but her durability is the same as a regular human. Captain Marvel could have speed blitzed her and taken her down with one punch. Charles Xavier could have shut her lights out while the others distracted her. Or Charles could get in her head and distract her so the others could subdue her. But whatever. Surely, the smartest man alive has a solid plan to take her down.
Black Bolt could destroy you with one whisper from his mouth.
What mouth?
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Why the f would you tell her that? That was your master plan. You are the smartest man alive, and that's what you could come up with? I wouldn't even be mad if it was like Peter Quill, because that's pretty in character for him, that's something he would do. But Reed's whole thing is being the smartest man alive. That's his whole character. But surely Reed has a backup plan that was probably like a distraction or something. I'm sure he'll clutch up. No, I'm kidding. Reed tries to reach out to grab Wanda as if that'll do anything, and he gets turned into noodles and dies. All the while, these two just stand there and do absolutely nothing. They couldn't even pretend to be useful. And it's not like this is their first day on the job. They defeated Thanos together, so there's no reason for them to be too shocked to move. Once Reed and Black Bolt get packed up, Captain Marvel looks over at Captain Carter and she's like, damn, we're cooked. They start scrapping with Wanda and they actually hold their own. It makes sense for Captain Marvel to hold her own, but how is this chick doing literally anything? I just witnessed Wanda take a man's mouth and turn another dude into noodles. She can warp reality and she has telekinesis. So why the fuck is she shooting little energy balls now? She could literally turn them into blocks like Thanos did to Drax, or turn them into literally anything because she has reality warping powers, or she could just hold them up in the air with her telekinesis, but she decides to shoot little energy balls instead. Makes sense. She uses a statue or something to smack Captain Marvel and take her out for a minute, and Captain Carter is somehow able to get the jump on her. And instead of killing her instantly like she did the other characters, she just uses her telekinesis for a little bit and then throws her away. She does eventually use her own shield to pack her up though. How that took so long, I have no clue. But Captain Marvel finally comes back after being MIA for the past 5 minutes, and she's ready to rock. But instead of trying to speed blitz Wanda or sneak up on her, she opts to just use her energy blasts. Also, you could argue and say that this Captain Marvel might not be as strong as the one from our universe, but shit, it looks like she has the same powers, probably from the same power source, so why would she be significantly weaker and less durable? It's not stated in the movie that she's weaker, so don't make excuses for poor writing. Also, how is she taking out the game for 5 minutes after hitting a wall, when she can now blow past 5 walls to get to Wanda? Weird. They circle around playing patty cake until Wanda blows her back and she flies 100 miles an hour into a statue and smacks the ground. and she's still alive. Wanda then uses her powers to make a statue fall on top of her, and this takes about 5 to 8 seconds, and Captain Marvel sees this happening and decides not to move, and instead cover up so she gets packed up. How did this statue end her when she was crushed through a wall and survived, and also blew past 5 walls just a minute ago? And on top of this, Wanda can warp reality. She could have just turned her into a gummy worm or some shit and called it a day. She just used these powers like 5 minutes ago. Why'd she just stop using them and decide to fight? Whatever. This lousy team somehow beat a gauntlet-wielding Thanos. Now I understand that this universe's Strange was a big help because he helped them with the Book of Ashanti, which they used to defeat Thanos, but nonetheless, they all fought Thanos, and they somehow all survived. Now again, before you go and say this team and this Thanos is obviously significantly weaker than the Thanos the Avengers fought, where'd you get that information? Who's to say this team and Thanos isn't stronger? Them being weaker is never stated in this movie. Pulling the "these characters from a different universe are weaker" card is a lousy excuse for bad and inconsistent writing. Anyways, Chavez is still alive and there's still one team member left, Charles Xavier. He gets inside Wanda's head, and instead of just hitting the off switch, which he had every right to do so because he and the team that just died knows that if Wanda gets a hold of Chavez, the multiverse could be doomed. But instead, he enters her mind and tries to save the Wanda of this universe who is being controlled, and he gets backed up.
Oh, come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Can't make this stuff up. Gotta be the lowest IQ team of all time. But it gets better. While Charles was in Wanda's head, Chavez and Christine escaped and met up with Strange, who also escaped. They make their way to a tunnel, and right behind them is Wanda. She's dead set on getting Chavez. She's already told Strange earlier in the movie that she'll do anything it takes to get her, and we've seen what kind of power she's working with. She could use her telekinesis to hold them all up while she takes Chavez's power. She could turn everyone into blocks while she takes Chavez's power. She could just kill them all and take Chavez's power instantly. But instead, she resorts to running at them and using her energy balls to break through the doors. When she does eventually catch up, she just stands there in front of them, doing nothing. Doctor Strange then basically tells her what he's gonna do.
Hold your breath.
And then does it, and she stands there all surprised. This is what happens when you make a character too powerful to ride around. She can warp reality and has telekinesis. No one should be able to do anything to her. It's the same problem for the CW Flash. Almost any problem that Barry has, he should logically be able to fix it instantly, but they somehow squeezed out 9 seasons of it. Even the actor knows the writing wasn't good.
The nature of his powers, I should be able to solve whatever our issue is in Act 1.
But if they did this, they'd have to actually think about how to write a good story. But yeah, the writing for this entire scene, 10 out of 10. That's about it. I just wanted to rant about this and make fun of it. Also, we hit 100K like a few days ago, which is f***ing insane. I already made a post about it, but I just wanted to thank you guys again. No bullshit. I love you guys. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Also, let me know what videos you guys want to see next. But that's all I've got for you guys today, so I'll see you in the next one.